And then you can go ahead and incorporate everything that you've learned in this video, and it'll look something like this. What's up? Welcome back. Some of us Fortnite players got dealt a bad hand when it comes to the location of where we were raised or where we live, at least when considering ping. There's servers for NA East, there's servers for NA West, but of course I live smack dab in the middle of those, like actually in the middle. Look at this. To NA East I get 67 ping. To NA West, I get 73 ping. That is only a 6 ping difference to two completely different servers, which means I can technically play on either, but I don't get good ping to neither of them. Even with the best internet in the world, I would not even come close to 0 ping just because of where I live. So for those of us in this situation, because I know there's plenty of you out there, we know editing and building can prove to be a lot more difficult. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what the best high ground retakes are for high ping. Before we go ahead and hop into the retakes, I just wanted to say, if you find yourself enjoying this video, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. It helps out the channel a ton, and if you think that you'd like to see more of this content in the future, feel free to click that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So as you can see right now, my ping is at 60, which still isn't all that bad, but it does not even come close to comparing to 0 ping. But I mean, you can still do stuff, it just might take a little more practice. 60 ping is the annoying ping. When you get good enough and you want to be able to do builds faster, you really can't. This is where you start to get limited by your ping, and I know this ping so well because it's my public match ping. Anytime I play any sort of public match, I get 60 ping or above. But now when you start getting up and above like 100 ping, that's the threshold where the game just becomes very difficult to play. However, the retakes that I'm about to show you do work for even my current 165 ping. Now with this ping, there's no possible way you're going to be doing your triple edits. It just doesn't work. You're going to be able to do a single edit at most. So we're going to start off with something that you might already know how to do, and that is a side jump. Side jumps are one of the most useful moves in the game. Whether you're on high ping or low ping, it doesn't matter. You should know how to side jump. They have so many different uses. For example, if you're in a build fight and someone blocks you off right there, instead of having to turn around and go up and do 90s right here, you can simply just side jump their pyramid. It's just useful in so many different situations, and it works very well on high ping because there's very minimal building and there's absolutely no editing involved with this high ground retake. However, a single side jump is pretty simple, so we're gonna go ahead and add on to this. One of my favorite high ground retakes, no matter what ping I'm on, is the double side jump. Basically what the double side jump is you go up, you do a normal side jump, that's one, but right here, when you land, you're gonna land a little off-centered to the left on this stair. You're gonna look down, place a pyramid, and that'll place a pyramid on top of you, and then you're gonna go and do another side jump. Now, full speed looks something like this, and just like that, I got from that stair all the way up 3 layers to this stair. The only difference is on high ping, when you're going quickly, you can't necessarily see that pyramid as soon as you place it. So you just have to trust that it's there and still go for the second jump. You can't see exactly when you place this pyramid because it gets laggy. So on your screen, before you even jump, it still shows that there's nothing there. You just have to trust it, trust that it's there. Use your muscle memory that you've built from practicing this retake, and after enough tries, you'll be able to get this no issue every single time. And then typically off of this, I do some 90s, which high ping 90s are a little rough, but you can still do them. And when you get comfortable with a double side jump, you can even attempt a triple side jump. And then from there, you can either do no jump 90s, or you can just keep building out and going straight. I say no jump 90s because after 3 side jumps in a row, jump fatigue is going to happen. So if you try to do your 90s the normal way, it's probably not going to work. And one last thing that I really like to do with this retake is while I'm doing a double, I do a normal, and then on this second one I land under my stair, because typically when you're doing a double you want to land on top and land on top of this, but when you're doing this, I call this a protected double. And basically what this is good for is if you're in a fight and someone is sitting right here waiting to take a shot when you land on top of that stair, instead of landing on top of that stair, you can trick them and land under this stair, and when they shoot, they're just going to hit the stair, and then you can continue going up this way. So in full speed, that's going to look something like this, and you can just keep going after you land under that second ramp, and then eventually you can turn around and do whatever from there. So that's the first high ground retake. However, just the normal single side jump is something that you can completely branch off of and do 20 other things. So that is definitely a very important retake to learn, whether you're on high ping or low ping. For our next retake, you're going to need to start with a ramp on top of you and below you. So when you're ramping up like this is when it's a good time to do this retake. Typically if you're ramping up like this, your opponent will be following you, usually right behind you, maybe up a couple layers, and that's when this works the best because it fakes them out. So to set up for this retake, you want to make sure that when you stop placing your stairs, that they're on the same level. If you go up and you go one more stair up, they're on separate levels and this retake isn't going to work. So if you need to practice just to get kind of the hang of it, practicing where to stop so that your stairs end on the same level, then go ahead and do that. But once you get that down and your stairs end on the same level, go ahead and place a pyramid on top of this stair, and then place another pyramid on top of this one. So these pyramids are both going to be on the same exact layer. So far, full speed, it should look something like that. And then from there, we're going to do a whole 180, place a wall down behind this stair. So right now we have a pyramid on top of this stair and a wall behind this stair. And then we're gonna move to the left, jump, place a wall and a stair. Now you wanna make sure when you do this, you get this wall down, because if you don't get this wall down and you just try to go there, as you can see, there's nothing to connect to. So you have to make sure that that wall's there. And then from here, there's a couple different things that you can do. Something that I like to do is once I land on here, I place a pyramid and then do a side jump. Another thing that you can do is once you get here, you can build out a couple and then place pyramids right here. And then from there, you can either edit through them or you can go ahead and turn around and do a 180. And then if you want, you can continue the protected stair method, do another one, and then do the same thing. And you can just continue doing this as many times as you want. And one tip for getting this started is if you're ramping up like this, you can either place a floor, go to the second half of the floor, go past this line, and then look down, place a stair, and then go ahead and go from there. Or if you think that's gonna take too long, place a stair, place a floor, and then edit your stair halfway, and you can go from there. Now this is another one where you can branch off and do 100 different things. And that's definitely another great retake because it involves no editing and moderate building. So those were two good high ground retakes for high ping, but the next thing I'm going to talk about is not necessarily retakes, but more so moves that you can use when you have high ping. What I suggest doing is just doing single edits, and the best possible thing for that is going to be a pyramid. Try to get in the habit of placing pyramids on top of any time you build a stair, and even on my 165 ping, I can place and edit through a pyramid on every stair I place. Now if you notice while I'm doing this, every single time I go to edit, I take out my pickaxe. And this is for a reason. On high ping, we all know how easy it is to pre-edit builds. Sometimes you edit before the game has registered that you wanted to place a build there, therefore you pre-edit the build. And that's why if you sit here and you try to continue to edit this with your map out, you might at one point accidentally pre-edit your build. So that's why I suggest whenever you go to make an edit, whatever it is, you pull out your pickaxe, you pull out your gun, you pull out something, and not stay on your builds. Now for the last tip of the video, this tip is going to help you you get in a position to be able to tag your opponent, do damage to them, and hopefully not take any damage in return. On high ping, you can't do this fancy stuff where you do a double edit, you drop down, you edit the wall, and you do that. You can't do that quickly enough to catch your opponent off guard. By that time, they're going to be sitting there aimed down on your head and 200 pump you. So instead of doing that, I found that a simple stair reverse edit is very useful in these situations, especially if you're on high ping and people don't necessarily expect you to make edit plays on them. Then you can incorporate stuff like your side jump, your 180, turn that around and shoot them. That is such an easy thing to do if you're on higher ping, and it's a great way to catch your opponent off guard. They're gonna think you're just gonna keep ramping up. They might even try to place a pyramid on top of you. You can turn that around and shoot them right there. Or if you want to get even a little bit more fancy, you can place that pyramid. So now you have two options. You can either rotate your stair, or you can continue going up and place that pyramid and edit through so they're stuck down there. And then you can go ahead and incorporate everything that you've learned in this video, and it'll look something like this, and you have retakes to use in your 1v1 build fights, or anywhere you want to use them, you can use them, and it'll make you a way better player because of it. So thank you guys so much for watching this one. I really hope this helped you. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns down in the comments below. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you did enjoy, and I hope to see you in my next one.